Hello and welcome to another update video about Algorand. What I want to show you here is on the daily chart that we are starting to move just sideways. It seems like we are struggling at the moment on the Algorand chart to make higher highs, and it is just something that needs to catch our attention. You know, when we were down here at around $1.10, $1.20, I talked about that Algorand had a lot to catch up. And I compared it to the Cardano chart, I compared it to the Ethereum chart, and it did break out as I assumed, because I think it had a lot to catch up. It didn't really have the attention it deserved, or it had deserved during the bull run. And now, in my opinion, maybe that's already for now that catch up, and we've seen that. So I just want to make you aware that this at the moment just needs to catch our attention. It doesn't need to mean that we are going down, but it just means that we need to be aware that this trend is slowing down a little bit. And if we struggle to make new highs, and maybe if the new, if that candle now closes lower than the candles before, we just need to become aware and be aware that that trend is just slowing down. We're losing momentum. And that could be like with Cardano and with the other cryptos, could mean that we might drop. So we've seen that with Solana, we've seen that with Cardano and the other cryptos as well. What we can see is, first of all, here that the ADX, the trend is actually going up on the daily. That's first of all a good sign. So the indicators are showing quite a positive sign. Also here on the RSI, we are going up. Of course, now we can see that we are, because we are slowly losing a little bit of momentum here. We can see that very clearly on the price action. That we have these long shadows at all these candles at the top here, and that just shows that there is a lot of selling pressure at the top here at those 250 levels. And we can see that even though prices are going up slightly, the candles are going up slightly still, we can see that bearish divergence, which is the first time in a while that we've actually seen that bearish divergence all the way here in that uptrend. The RSI has gone up as well, the highs have gone up, but now it is the first time we've actually made a lower high on the RSI. That needs to catch our attention. That is a bearish divergence which might be forming there now, so we need to be careful. Also, the MACD seems to be losing a little bit momentum. We can see that here on the histogram and on the stochastic RSI as well. We have that bearish divergence coming from up here. You can see that we are, even though the prices have gone up, we can see that lower high here now, and we are getting a bearish divergence here on the daily. So let's take a look at the hourly chart, where we see a little bit more detail. And let me just hide all those indicators down here first, and then we take a look at the price action first, and then we take a look at the indicators to support it. Whoops. And what we can see here, and by the way, there was one more thing I wanted to show you on the Algorand. We've made a bullish crossover. Well, that is long term a really good sign. We've had that bullish cross. Actually, it happened yesterday, it seems, or between yesterday and today. That bullish crossover, that golden cross of the 50-day moving average, which is crossing above the 200, is a huge bullish sign. And however, that doesn't mean the price needs to go up today, but it means that we are in the longer term uptrend. At least it's very likely. Nothing in financial markets is ever guaranteed, but it's very likely. It's one of the most bullish signals that we have, whereas the death cross, which is just the other way around, is quite a bad signal. Now, what can we see on the hourly chart? Just to take a look here at the price action. Well, we had a double top here, something like that, yeah, and luckily we didn't break below the neckline, so that is really good. We didn't break below that level. We attempted something like a breakout here, but we did fail. We had another one here, but we had support here at this level at 198, yeah, at this time here, 198, which is an important support level. Yeah, we had support here before. On the hourly, we had support here before. We had support here before and resistance, so it's an important one. And what do the indicators tell us on the hourly? On the hourly, we can see that slowing down of the momentum here at the moment of that new wave, which is going up, because the RSI is going down. Yes, the DI line, the green one, is still above the red one, which indicates we are in an uptrend here on the hourly, but The ADX line is going down. It's now below 20, which indicates that we are only in a very, very small trend. Also on the, we can also see here that the RSI is starting to slow down, even though it just confirms the price action at the moment. But generally we can see that the RSI is, yeah, at the moment it's just following the price. So there's no real divergence. It's just confirming the price action, which is fine. On the MACD, the same. It's just actually crossed the zero line, and also here on the stochastic RSI, we are also here in the upper range, which normally indicates, you know, overbought territory. But generally they are all looking quite good, and also this just confirms that we are in an uptrend here on the hourly. So what I think on the hourly, it's all looking quite good actually. The daily is looking a little bit more bearish, especially that on the daily we've actually, and you can see that on the hourly as well, that we've actually broken that that trend line here. So we came all the way up here to 250, then we went down, hit that support line and created something like a diagonal support line. We broke through that, we caught back up, we landed in this apex, dropped back down, tried to break the 250 again, failed again, broke down. We're making higher lows here, and that is a good thing, but we can clearly see that we are losing momentum. You can see that trend line, compare that trend line here that we had from all the way down there to where we are now. We are losing momentum, and it's just something that we need to become aware of. At the moment, I only see that bearish divergence on the daily chart, not on the hourly yet. But what we need to be aware of is that, you know, we are clearly losing momentum, and we are starting to get something like a ascending wedge, which is actually a bearish signal here if we continue that, and these regularly, not always, break to the downside, yeah, where we have this price action getting condensed, yeah, and getting even squeezed into this apex here, and that trend line might actually lead us to another 250, 260, maybe even higher. But it is, if that confirms it, we are getting into this ascending wedge, and we saw that when we had the $3.10 price of Cardano as well, and you all know what happened afterwards. So this is not guaranteed to break to the downside, but I just want to make you aware of it. And I just want to say that this is a pattern that we've seen on many other cryptos now as well, that we have had this pump and then a struggle to push the prices higher. The prices can't be pushed higher that easily anymore. You can clearly see that, and we might be trading in this for a while now. But it's also likely that we drop to the downside. Just wanted to mention that, and the clear support we find here at 198. And if we drop below 98, we will find support at 186. Yeah, we had support here, but I think if we drop below that, it would be a rather bearish scenario. Let's just, for the final one last look at the Fibonacci extension and retracement levels. And can we see anything here, anything clearly? Well, we can see that this latest retracement here is leading us to the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. That's obviously a crucial one here, and the next one then is 180. So based on Fibonacci, we shouldn't really drop below 180, and then you know, that's the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level from the last major uptrend here. That's a crucial one, 180 as well. But in the first instance, should we really drop, we have the 198, then the 186, and then the 180, which is the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. Now, next targets, should we really break to the upside, which I think is getting less likely now. This could be the 296, 312, and 348. So these are the next levels if we break to the upside. And the level that we need to break is, I think, that 255 level pretty clearly. We attempted it twice. I think here it was 250, here it was 255. That just confirms that we are in this ascending wedge. And again, I think it's getting more difficult for the price to get to the upside, especially because we are forming this ascending wedge. It would be different if we were trading in a channel, but it seems to become an ascending wedge, which is essentially a bearish pattern and might drop to the downside. Just wanted to make you aware of it, guys. And I think if we attempt another breakout and we fail, or if we make a lower high here, I will realize some of my profits for now. All right, so hopefully you liked that update. If you did, please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.